The Senate is back at it again with another round of votes today to end the federal government shutdown. With air traffic controllers working without pay, the impasse is leading to some delays at major airports. Meanwhile, President Trump is exploring not giving back pay to some furloughed federal workers. Jared Hill reports.
The gridlock in Washington is leading to frustration for flyers at airports across the country.
It's just ludicrous that we are dealing with stuff like this. This should never be happening.
Major airports in Nashville and Denver were among those seeing significant delays Tuesday, fueled by sick calls among air traffic controllers being asked to work without pay.
You can only commend those folks that continue to do their job.
They have no other way to show that it's hurting not just them but us.
Nick Daniels is the president of the Air Traffic Controllers Union.
There is no concerted effort for air traffic controllers to go in and somehow impede this system. But what it shouldn't be is waiting to see how long air traffic controllers can last.
In the Oval Office yesterday, President Trump seemed to suggest that some of the 700,000 furloughed federal workers might not receive back pay once the shutdown is over.
There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
The president himself signed a law after the last shutdown in 2019, guaranteeing retroactive pay for workers affected by a funding lapse.
Ultimately, the costs will be higher if there are these mass firings or if pay is denied, because people have rights. They will sue for damages.
This shutdown is nothing more than political cover for Chuck Schumer and the Democrats.
If the shutdown stretches past this week, over 1 million active duty troops won't receive their October 15th paychecks, despite having to report for duty.
Georgia Congressman Austin Scott and Senator Jon Ossoff are weighing in on the federal government shutdown. Representative Scott says right now more than 3,800 federal workers at Robins Air Force Base are furloughed, and more than 5,000 service members are at risk of missing their next paycheck. In a statement this week, Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff argued that Republicans are blocking legislation that would fund the government and prevent massive increases in health insurance premiums. Meanwhile, Scott blames Senate Democrats for the ongoing shutdown and is warning of serious consequences for Georgians.
When you take the area surrounding Robins Air Force Base and all of the counties in central Georgia, there's an extreme economic impact when you have, almost 10,000 people that will not receive a paycheck in the next week.
The shutdown is also weighing on families who rely on food stamps, WIC, and other family aid programs. Experts warn that they could be at risk of losing funding.
For really young children whose sole source of nutrition may be infant formula, the loss of WIC would be absolutely devastating because their families don't have other options.
Looking at the numbers, more than 6 million low-income families rely on WIC to cover food and breastfeeding support. SNAP, on the other hand, is another big one, with more than 42 million families dependent on it. October's benefits were already set out, but it's unclear what will happen next month. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the White House is working on a plan to keep WIC funded. And the shutdown is no doubt causing stress among federal workers who aren't being paid right now. Some local gyms are trying to lend a hand to furloughed workers to try and release some of that stress.
We wanted to do our small part in having something that reduces stress, brings happiness at a reasonable price.
That's Rachel Cunningham. She's the owner of Homegrown Yoga in Macon and Warner Robins. They're offering free classes to people who are already members and $5 classes to people who weren't members while the shutdown lasts. Orange Theory has a 2-week unlimited pass for $50, and Fitco Health Club is offering $5 day passes and waived membership sign-up fees at all 4 of their locations. Now, as for veterans, VA medical centers, outpatient clinics, and vet centers are still open and providing services. VA benefits have also continued as normal, and call centers like the Veterans Crisis Line are open. But Veterans Affairs won't provide career counseling, and the VA benefits regional offices are closed. And public affairs and outreach to veterans right now is stopped. 13 WMAZ's Madison Ricks will have more on the impact of the shutdown on veterans tonight at 5 and 6.